Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Jennifer and I'm here with my co-host, Leonardo. How are you doing today, Leonardo?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm doing really well, thanks. I'm excited about today's topic because it's something that's super useful for anyone learning English. Expanding your vocabulary with common phrases.
That's right. Vocabulary is the foundation of any language, and learning common phrases can really help you sound more fluent and natural. But before we get into that, I just want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.
And if you've been enjoying our content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support really helps us keep creating these videos for you.
Absolutely. And today, we're doing something a little different. We've got a special segment where we're going to take a call from one of our listeners. We love hearing from you, so we're really excited to see what today's caller has to say.
That's right. We've been getting some amazing feedback, and today we're going to bring one of those voices directly into the conversation. So, let's go ahead and take the call.
Hi there, you're on the air with Jennifer and Leonardo. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Leonardo. My name is Emily, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada. I've been following your channel for a while, and I just wanted to say thank you for all the amazing content. It's really helped me improve my English.
Hi, Emily. It's great to hear from you. Thanks so much for your kind words. We're really glad our videos have been helpful to you.
Absolutely, Emily. We're thrilled that you're enjoying the content. What would you like to talk about today?
Well, I've been practicing some of the common phrases you've covered in your previous videos, and it's been going well. But I'm wondering if you could share some advice on how to remember these phrases more easily. Sometimes I learn them, but when it comes time to use them, I just draw a blank.
That's a great question, Emily. It's really common to forget phrases, especially when you're just starting to use them. One thing that might help is to try and use the phrases in your daily conversations as much as possible. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become.
Another tip is to create associations with the phrases. For example, if you're trying to remember the phrase on cloud 9, you might picture yourself literally floating on a cloud because you're so happy. Visual images like that can make the phrases stick in your memory better.
That's a great idea, Jennifer. I'll definitely try to visualize the phrases more. And Leonardo, I'll start using them more in my everyday conversations. Thank you both so much.
You're welcome, Emily. Keep practicing, and don't be too hard on yourself if it takes some time. Language learning is a journey, and every step forward is progress.
Exactly. And if you ever have any more questions or ideas for us, don't hesitate to reach out. We love hearing from our listeners.
I definitely will. Thanks again and keep up the great work.
Thanks, Emily. Take care and happy learning.
Bye, Emily. And to all our listeners out there, if you have a question or suggestion, we'd love to hear from you too. Let us know in the comments or reach out to us on social media. That was a great call. It's always inspiring to hear from our viewers. Now, let's get back to today's topic, boosting your vocabulary with common phrases. Leonardo, do you have a favorite phrase that you use regularly?
Yes, one phrase I find myself using a lot is, better late than never. It's a great way to acknowledge that while something may not have been done on time, it's still better to do it late than not at all.
That's a good one. It's a phrase that encourages a positive attitude, even when things don't go perfectly as planned. And it's something we can all relate to.
Definitely. And it's not just about being late to a meeting or event. It can apply to anything in life. For example, maybe you've been putting off learning a new skill or starting a project. Even if it takes you a while to get started, it's still better than never doing it at all.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that progress, no matter how late it comes, is still valuable. And speaking of valuable, another phrase that comes to mind is actions speak louder than words. This is a reminder that what we do often has more impact than what we say.
Yes, I love that phrase. It's a great way to emphasize the importance of following through on your promises. You can talk about doing something all day, but at the end of the day, It's your actions that really count.
So true. And this phrase is useful in so many contexts, whether you're talking about personal relationships, work, or even self-improvement. It's a reminder to back up your words with meaningful actions.
Another phrase that I think is really important, especially in today's fast-paced world, is take it with a grain of salt. This means not to take something too seriously or to view it with some skepticism, especially if it's just a rumor or hearsay.
That's a good one. In an age of social media and instant news, it's easy to believe everything we hear. But sometimes it's wise to be a little skeptical and not take everything at face value.
Exactly. It's about being thoughtful and not jumping to conclusions. And it's also a great reminder to stay level-headed, even when emotions are running high.
And speaking of staying level-headed, another phrase that's really useful is calm before the storm. This is used to describe a period of peace or quiet before something chaotic or disruptive happens.
That's a great idiom. It's often used in situations where you know something big is about to happen, but everything seems unusually calm and quiet. It's like that eerie stillness before a big event, like an exam, a presentation, or even a natural storm.
Exactly. It's a phrase that can also be applied to personal experiences, like when you're feeling anxious about something that's coming up, but you haven't yet faced it. And it's a good reminder that sometimes things might seem calm on the surface, but there's a lot going on underneath.
Another phrase that's really relevant, especially in the context of learning, is practice makes perfect. It's such a simple idea, but it's so true. The more you practice something, the better you'll get at it.
Yes, that's a classic. It's a phrase that encourages perseverance and reminds us that improvement comes with time and effort. Whether it's learning a new language, playing an instrument, or developing any new skill, practice really does make a difference.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember that progress doesn't always happen overnight. It's about consistent effort over time. So, if you're learning English, don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Just keep practicing.
Definitely. And for our viewers out there, if you're enjoying this conversation and finding these phrases helpful, make sure to hit that like button and share the video with others who might benefit from it. Your engagement helps us continue to create content for you.
Another phrase that's really interesting is once in a blue moon. This is used to describe something that happens very rarely. It's a great way to talk about those rare events or occasions that don't happen often.
Yes, once in a blue moon is such a vivid way to describe rarity. It's like saying, this is so rare that it only happens as often as a blue moon, which is not very often at all. It's a fun way to talk about those unique, infrequent moments.
Exactly. And it's one of those phrases that adds a bit of color and creativity to your language. It's not just about communicating the idea, it's about doing it in a way that's memorable and engaging.
And speaking of memorable, another phrase that's really useful is bite the bullet. This means to face a difficult situation or decision with courage. It's about doing something tough, even if it's uncomfortable, because it's necessary.
Yes, bite the bullet is a great way to talk about those moments when you just have to push through something difficult. Whether it's having a tough conversation, making a hard decision, or dealing with something you've been avoiding, it's about facing it head-on.
So, Leonardo, before we wrap up, do you have a favorite phrase that you use regularly?
One of my favorites is a blessing in disguise. It's used to describe something that seems bad or unfortunate at first, but ends up being a good thing. It's a reminder that sometimes, good things can come from difficult situations.
That's a great one. It's all about seeing the positive side of things, even when they don't go as planned. And it's a really uplifting way to look at life's challenges.
Exactly. It's an idiom that encourages optimism and resilience, which are so important in language learning and in life in general.
Very true. And another phrase that I think ties into that idea is, every cloud has a silver lining. It's a way of saying that even in bad situations, there's usually something positive to be found if you look for it.
Yes, I really like that one too. It's a reminder to stay hopeful, even when things seem tough. Sometimes, the hardest experiences can teach us the most valuable lessons.
Absolutely. And it's also a great phrase to share with someone who's going through a difficult time. It can help them see that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Speaking of light at the end of the tunnel, another useful phrase is, in the long run. This means considering things over a long period of time, rather than focusing only on immediate results. It's about the bigger picture.
Yes, that's a very practical phrase, especially when you're talking about goals, projects, or even personal development. It reminds us that some things take time, and the benefits might not be obvious right away, but they're worth it in the long run.
Definitely. And it's a phrase that can help keep you motivated when you're working towards something that takes time to achieve. It's a reminder that the effort you put in now will pay off later.
And that's so important in language learning too. Sometimes it feels like progress is slow, but if you keep practicing and putting in the work, you'll see the results in the long run.
Exactly. And for anyone who's feeling a bit discouraged, remember that every small step you take is getting you closer to your goal. Just keep moving forward, and you'll get there.
That's great advice, Leonardo. And to all our listeners out there, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into English phrases and idioms. Try using some of these in your conversations this week, and let us know how it goes.
And if you have any other phrases or idioms you'd like us to cover, or if there's a topic you're particularly interested in, leave us a comment below. We're always looking for new ideas and suggestions from our viewers.
And don't forget, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more content coming your way to help you on your English learning journey.
And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends or anyone else who's learning English. Your support really helps us keep this channel going. Take care.
We also love
and
hearing
happy
from
learning.
you. So don't hesitate to share your success stories, challenges, or any questions you might have in the comments below. We're here to support you every step of the way.
That's right. This channel is all about building a community of learners who can support each other. So your participation is what makes it all possible.
So, thank you all for joining us today. Remember, practice makes perfect. So keep working on your English every day. We're here to help you every step of the way.